Hey everybody, it's Jackie's Hands. Today I'm just doing something really quick. I am getting ready to test out my Topsy Farms yarn. I caked it up, and this was the let's see, it was the worsted weight in natural, and I'm just kind of anxious to see how it works up. I actually heard back from some of the people that work there, and they explained some interesting facts about why there were what I called hay bits in the yarn, and it just serves as proof as to the fact that the wool is not processed or treated in any way. And fun fact, they said that oftentimes when people experience reactions or itchiness when it comes to wool, commercial wool, it's because the processing of it breaks down the fibers and makes them weak. And then, like, it's kind of like you know, like when your hair gets split ends, basically that's what happens, is it causes the wool to have split ends, and all of the split ends are what sort of scratch, irritate, and prickle the skin. So it actually made a whole lot of sense. But anyway, I just thought I would share that with you. And I'm just going to make a simple swatch, and I'm just using an eye hook. This is the Yarnology from Hobby Lobby. I actually really love these hooks. So anyway, I'm just going to do a couple of rows of double crochet just to give you an indicator as to the weather here. My treat for the day, sour apple snow cone. Yes, that's what we do in Louisiana, or as my man Lin-Manuel Miranda says, piragua. So anyway, this is what I am treating myself to while I do this. For all of y'all who prefer to pull from the outside rather than the center, you might want to call a professional of some sort, because pulling from the outside, no, that's just craziness. My concern was, you know, when I felt this in the hank, that I mean, again, I explained before, it's not like, you know, it's I don't even know how to describe it. Like, if you've even tried fisherman's wool, Lion Brand fisherman's wool, and you thought that was rough, it's definitely rougher than that. But again, from what I have heard, that after you block it, it blooms and it will felt lovely. So the fact that these can be used as blankets tells me that it's definitely going to soften up after it's been blocked. And you know, I have my scale that I rate everything on, which is the squish, the rub, you know, that feeling of the yarn going across your finger here, and then obviously the finished project, or how it will feel in the finished project. Because for me, if I can't get past the squish or the rub, there is no final project. Something else I wanted to check too, because again, this is unprocessed, which means it still has lanolin, which, you know, comes from, I guess, the pores of sheep, which makes all the sense in the world. I remember I watched Netflix used to have like, it's not even a documentary, but it was like something in Norway, or I was gonna say Oslo, Jackie. Okay, Norway. It was like a sheep and knitting contest. It was like an 8-hour video. There was talking, but it was all in, what is the language in Norway? Norwegian. And I watched, and they showed them shearing the sheep. And, you know, as they were shearing the sheep, it was like they were getting to where they were unable to really hold the shears, and it was because of all of the oils that were coming out of the wool. There is a little something, and I had actually initially felt it in the hank, but I wasn't going to comment on it just in case it was just my imagination. But after having done just this little bit so far, and I can still feel it. It's not that bad. This is a worsted weight, so it's not going to have the same kind of drape, but I mean, yeah, it feels like something. And what I'll do is I'm going to block it, and then, you know, I'll come back and show you like what it feels like after it's been blocked, to see if it's worth even bothering. Because again, if you're going to you can't compare this to you just can't compare it to commercial yarn. I want you to try it, but I don't want you to be dismayed because it doesn't feel like, you know, what you would normally, I guess, expect it to. But this will be just as amazing as anything else, and the fact that this is more sustainable. It was humanely, what is the word? Humanely, I had the word. Humanely sourced. I think that was what I was trying to say. Now, I don't even know if that counts, but okay. I was just going to do 3 rows, and let me see if I can give you some. So it's nice and bouncy, and it smells so good. It is, yeah, this should be an air freshener, y'all. I don't know what you like lamb light. I don't know. It smells so good. So anyway, so there it is. This is the worsted. Yep, there's something. Whatever it is makes me want to keep working with it. So maybe I'll do another row. Let me count my stitches. And 1, 2, 3. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so I'm going to finish up this row. It looks great. I'm anxious to see what it looks like after it blooms. So I will come back and we will look at it bloomed. There she is. Can I just tell you the difference between blocked and unblocked is literally like night and day. Let me show you. Okay. This is unblocked. This is blocked. Just like the drape. All I did was washed it and pinned it. That's it. And look, even the color is different. The feeling between the two is dramatically different. This one is rustic. You know, it is that, again, you know, birthed myself. This one feels more like, actually, let me see. We can, all right. You see how this one, I mean, it's bloomed. It is nice and full. I just love this. This is, I don't know. It's just so different, but in a good way. So yeah, I am quite impressed and happy